Welcome to The Cameron Show. I'm your friend Cameron Tyler. I'm coming to you from Dude IDK Studios in Denver, Colorado, and I'm so happy you're here, and I'm so happy to be welcoming my twin back. Hi, Davante.
Back. He's back.
He's back. It's Davanta Greer, who, I mean, you can probably tell if you're watching. We are almost identical twins. We've always said that.
Separated at birth.
But really, I do say we were separated at birth because Davante's last name is Greer, which used to be my last name. He comes from Michigan, which is where my dad is from. And so I'm like, I don't know. Do we really know that we weren't separated at birth? I don't know.
Just don't check the birth certificate.
Just don't. And honestly, I'm not looking into it. I'm speculating, but I'm not looking into it.
Yeah. No.
Davante was a guest in our first season, and so a lot has changed since the last time Davante was on the show. Last time you were on, we were at my house.
We
had
at your
producer
house.
Michael.
You were using my phone because one of the cameras got messed
Oh
up.
my God, we literally had to use one of Davante's phones to film because we were that DIY. I actually forgot about that, and in the middle you got a phone call, but we won't even talk. We won't even talk about that.
Leave that in your apartment
because that was another era.
That was another era.
I actually was thinking today it's really interesting the further we get along in this show because now we're, most of the way through our third season. And so now I'm able to like look back and have people come back and talk about things that have changed.
Exactly.
Things aren't necessarily the
wait,
same. What?
You're not telling the people what show this is for you. I feel like this is a huge milestone for you.
Well, I wasn't going to bring it up. Yes, I was. This is actually our 50th episode. And I thought, who do I want to come on to help me celebrate 50 episodes? And I thought, well, if the episode's going to be called 50 and Fabulous, there's no other choice of who I can have on.
Yep. That's
besides my fabulous, fashionable friend, Davanta fucking Greer. So I am obsessed with you, obviously. If for those of us who maybe weren't here with us in our first season, tell your version of our origin story. How did we meet?
Yeah, so we met on Halloween at a local establishment here in Denver. I don't know if we need to give them clout or not.
Buddies.
Buddies.
We love Buddies.
Buddies. Cause
I love Buddies.
And the name makes sense of what the night was because we really, truly became buddies that
Fast.
night. Fast. We met, it was Halloween, and I was wearing this green army suit, and you were wearing like all pink because you were doing like a costume cosplay with someone.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like looked and Wicked had just came out, and I was like, oh my God, I am Elphaba to your Glinda. And
then we were.
And then it just clicked.
And then I was like, wait, we also look so much alike. This is like the Parent Trap.
Yes.
Like, wait. Yeah, and then we did the whole summer camp handshake and just like that.
And just like that.
So I loved having you on the show first season. You were one of the first people I wanted to have on because you're so interesting. And we talked about a lot. You told me anything was on the table, and I took advantage of that. We talked about money. We talked about sobriety, which was a journey for you at the time. We talked about estrangement from family. We talked about your coming out story where you beat that guy's ass, and I love that story. If you haven't heard Davante's first episode, you should really go back and listen to it.
Tune in. This is part 2.
I think that episode was called Motor Mouths because that's us.
That's us.
But this time I really wanted to hone in on a theme, which is your fashion, because I think we talked about your fashion last time you were here, but it truly is just a very iconic thing about you. I feel like so many people in the city know you because of your fashion, and something that's really glorious about social media is that now people outside of the city know about your fashion, which we will be talking about some of those individuals.
Yes.
And so pretty much every day, like almost every day, you post your look on Insta, you give it a title.
Yes.
And so you were gracious enough to let me go through the archives of all the looks. And pick out some of my favorites. So I picked out 10 that I decided to use as the template for our interview today.
Great.
And once again, you've told me that nothing is off the table.
No.
And so I'm so excited to ask you things that I don't think I've ever asked you, or conversations I don't think we've ever had, and we've had a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We enjoy spilling tea and
It's
making a mess sometimes.
sometimes. Or all the time. I
We'll
don't know.
probably talk about some of those messes. But before we get into it, let's do the little housekeeping items. First things first, let's talk about the aura in the room today. If you close your eyes and tell our guests at home what's the aura in the studio as we record this episode today for you, what color?
Ooh, I would definitely say white. And not just because I'm wearing white,
Yeah.
but there's something about like this new beginning, like for you just even being in this new space, something that I haven't experienced with you.
Yeah.
New conversations that's going to be happening today.
So blank page.
Yeah, blank page, and that's good. I think deepen our connection as friends, and just I think overall, just I don't know, like I'm in this new era of life as well, which
that's true.
we'll talk about too. And so yeah, white. I think white is the color.
Oh my God, there's sun in his eyes. That's why he's wearing sunglasses, y'all.
The future's too bright.
The future is too bright. And you know what? He's always said that.
Yeah.
He has always said that. Okay, great. Now, something that we do here, of course, is I have every guest introduce themselves to my friends at home in 10 words or less, in case my friends at home don't know who the guest is. And actually, since you've already been here, I'm going to tell you what 10 words you said last time. Actually, do you remember any of them?
Yeah.
What do you remember?
I said fashionista.
Yes.
Sophisticated.
Yes.
Black.
Yes.
I know. I said educated, I think.
No.
But
you should have.
I should have. That's it. That's all I can remember.
3 is good. Actually, I didn't expect you to remember any of it. So here's what you said. Are you ready?
Yes.
You said the 10 words that you would use to describe yourself are resilient, emotional cancer, sophisticated fashionista, recovering overthinker, unapologetically black gay.
Let me just give myself a pat on the back because that was beautiful.
I think that's beautiful. And you had prepared that before coming into the show.
I had to think about it.
How do you think that, do you think that all of it is the same? Is there anything that you would add? But I mean, educated, I think is brilliant.
I would say educated. Also, I think at this point, like, I don't even know the word to describe it, but I am starting to realize that like I need a sense of like security.
Ooh.
And like I also think at the same time, although I need that like security, I also am like seeking adventure. So maybe like adventurous. And I would say more now determined. And I would also say nervous, because I think just with the me being adventurous and doing new things, there is a sense of like nerves that are with that. So like nervous now. But I think at the end of the day, like I'm so determined that I know I'm gonna reach my goals in those things. So if I could add some, those would be the ones. I don't know if I have a full palette of 10 to say, but I definitely would keep the overthinking. I definitely would keep the sophisticated fashionista. I definitely would keep the unapologetic, because I'm always that. And yeah. And
that's great.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing you're a blank page because you have a lot going on. As always, but you know what I love that about you, and that's one way that we're very similar, is that we both have a need for security, but we both have a need for adventure.
Yes.
We both are very nervous about it, but we're also both very confident at the same time. And it does take all of it, I think, for you to like get the most out of your life, because I think if you are always confident without fear, that sounds so boring to me.
Boring.
But if you're always scared with no confidence, that also seems like it would suck.
Exactly.
So I kind of like that we're both that way. We're everything.
And I just got my numerology read, and it was like spot on. So I'm like,
what did it tell you?
So it's a girl here in Denver. Her name's Brandy. She does like numerology, and she met up with me, and she like ran my birth date and then my name, and it came out to a 5. As we were talking, she was like, I feel like you're a 5. She's like, I want to do your number chart or something. And I was okay, and she was like, boom, 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 came out to a 5. She's like, oh my god, that's crazy. And it pretty much 5 means that oh, getting a call. Sorry, girl.
Oh my God, some things never change.
Never change. So 5, I think from what she said means that like this is the year, in a sense, for like travel, right? Where it's like you should be seeking adventure, those things, and but then a 4 was in there somehow, where that's like that goes back to that security, which I was like, this is so crazy, like how all this stuff comes together. But so she was like, yeah, like you should be adventurous and things, but I know, you know, this security number is like in a way maybe like stopping you from doing certain things because you need that like stability, security, those things. And then there was something in there of like an 8, which
Ooh.
that means like entrepreneur. And I was like, wow,
Okay,
I was like,
businesswoman.
look at her, call me the first lady.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah, so and that, I mean, obviously clicked just, you know, with me being a therapist and starting my private practice and those different things. So I was like, and then also trying to do the, you know, social media stuff as well. So yeah, so it all like tied together. It made sense, and even just having that validation, I think,
Yeah.
really gave me even more of a push that like maybe I am on the right track. Because, and maybe you have these questions, I'm probably jumping the gun on this, but like in starting this new chapter of my life, like I've never been in a place where I didn't have security before I made choices.
Yeah.
And this new chapter, I got here because like I essentially just like quit my job without having a job to go back to in August.
You did do that.
Yeah, and like that's in my mind, I'm still kind of like battling the feelings of it, because some days I'm like, yes, other days I'm like, you're an idiot. Why did you do this?
It'll work out.
It'll work out. It'll work out. But like I'm in this new space of like trying to be more with like trusting of like right timing kind of things. And just that
Yes.
numerology thing, I was like, wow, this is like the right time that this came
I
into
love
the
that.
picture. So I don't know, like I'm trying to like really, I don't know if that's like universe based, like I
Well,
don't
you
know
know
what
what?
it is,
I
but
think it's
yeah.
so interesting. It's funny because I feel that the same way about tarot, but I feel like with these things, it is also a balance of it's the universe, but it's also your perception of the message.
Yeah.
And like right now, you know what you need to do. And so the message might be vague, or it might be like, yeah, someone else could get the same number. But for you, that means something specific.
Exactly.
It's just like in a tarot reading, someone else could get the same card, but it means something different for them.
Right.
Well, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I might have to have a numerologist on the show sometime. So
You should.
you'll have to introduce us.
I will definitely.
That is a wonderful thing. Is I know you are a true socialite. Sometimes I joke and call myself a socialite. I am not really a socialite. You are actually a socialite.
I mean, I love connections. You never know what you're gonna be able to possess from other people, right?
I know.
Like, and I think that's the joy of connection.
Well, that we do have in common, but
Yes.
you're a lot more extroverted than I am. And unafraid. We'll talk about that, I'm
yeah.
sure. I want to get into the looks. And just so you know, I'm preemptively telling you this, friends at home. We're foregoing Sip, Savor, Spill today with the jars because this whole episode is going to be a Sip, Savor, Spill episode.
Clock it.
Davante has no idea what I'm going to ask, what questions have been inspired in me from his looks. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show our friends at home on my phone the look that I'm referring to. I'm going to let them know what it's called, which you gave me all the names. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And then I'm going to ask you what the question is.
Okay.
And for anyone who is not watching on YouTube and you're listening on Spotify, Apple, or somewhere else, I'm going to post all these looks on our Instagram page, which is at Cameron Show Pod. And don't forget, that's Cameron with a K. So now you probably know why, but this is the first look that I have to show to our friends at home.
Oh, yes.
This look is very special to Davanta, and I'm going to let him tell you why. He's wearing a green cardigan with daisies on it. He's got a bag that's a yellow smiley face, but the mouth, the grin says, "Don't forget to smile." It's got a yellow hat. And the title of this piece, because I think of this as art, this is your art, is called Mellow Yellow Fellow. And I want you to talk about the importance of the outfit, but I also want to know, because of the title of the piece, what brings you a sense of zen?
Ooh. Do you want me to just talk about the piece first or answer the question?
Either.
Either. Okay.
Yeah.
What brings me a sense of zen? I think just knowing that I'm existing correctly, I guess.
Ooh.
That, I am doing my purpose in life. And like, again, right? Like, the yellow brick road is leading to the goals that I've set for myself.
Now, if you make an Oz reference, what that does to my heart.
I know.
You got me, girl.
Flutter. So yeah, just like that, all the roads is truly leading to every goal that I set. And yeah, because I'm a huge person on intention, right? Like I don't do things if it doesn't feel intentional to me.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that part of like that choice that I made was it paid off, or that choice that I made felt good. So that means I'm existing correctly. And so that definitely brings me that sense of zen.
I love that.
But to go back to the outfit, that bag, which is not something that is very like flashy or out there or anything of that sort, but like my job this year was pretty challenging, and that bag just always gave me although I don't really wear it a lot, but it just gave me a sense of like things will be okay. Like just don't forget to smile through this pain that you're experiencing. And it quickly obviously became this staple in my life, because like when I did my whole outfit dancing in my garage video that day, it was because Ariana Grande tickets had just came on sale for her concert.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, I'm gonna do an Ariana Grande song. And like it was like Internal Sunshine, so I tried to find an outfit that had like sunshine or something like happy about it.
Yeah.
And yeah, when I got off work, she reposted my TikTok and I was crying in my car.
I still can't believe I remember the day.
Like, so that outfit is literally, we are a day apart. I finally beat her at something. I'm born June 25th. She's born June 26th. Her concert in Austin is June 26th, so on her birthday, and I'll be there. But anywho,
oh, I love.
Yeah, I can't wait. She posted the story. I'm like crying in my car. Can't believe it. Like this girl seen me, know who I am, whatever.
Oh.
And yeah, no, it's just, again, it's not even one of my flashiest outfits or like anything like crazy that you see me in, aka like what I'm wearing today. But it just holds that piece of like I'm existing correctly.
Yeah,
right. Like
this
inspired one of my favorite artist of all time to repost me on her story. And the cardigan has petals on it. And what's the name of her new album? Petals.
And I'm not saying that's why she's naming it Petal, but we don't know. We don't know if the lyric...
Cancer recognizes cancer.
We don't know if the lyric is going to be...
I saw Davanta
petals on your cardigan, and I knew you were coming to my tour, fellow emotional Cancer.
Keep it going.
Oh, yeah. Now I can't.
Yeah.
No, I love that, though. I love that because I think I relate to that a lot. That what brings me a sense of zen is sometimes I have to take a step back. It's really easy for me to get overwhelmed and to be like, oh my God, everything is terrible. Because if I get anxiety about one little thing, it will snowball. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I have to take a step back and I have to do like a real quick inventory of my life and be like, you know what? I'm doing the best I can. And it actually is pretty good.
Yeah.
And if I take a step back, take a deep breath and look at it, I'm like, yeah, that is something that grounds me too.
You're doing a good job.
Oh my God, you too.
Look at this.
Well, and of course we are.
Yeah.
All right, I love that. Okay, are you ready for the next one?
Yes.
Okay, so this is a look in which Davanta is wearing all orange.
Oh.
And I love the color orange. It is the color of my second book cover. And you might be able to see his bag in this look is an old school brick cell phone. It looks like one of those old Nokias.
Yeah.
Yes. So he has named this outfit Giddy Up, Dial Up. This is kind of another sip question, pretty easy. What was your first Google search? Do you remember?
I mean, that was literally when computers were dialing up. Like,
I know, that's what made me think of it, because I still remember mine. I was obsessed with Titanic, and it was the late 90s, and my first Google search ever was Leonardo DiCaprio.
no way.
It was Leonardo
That's the thing. I feel
DiCaprio.
like it had to be something because at that time, like I was just so obsessed with like all the Disney Channel characters, and so I feel like it had to do something with Disney.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah,
you play games on like the Disney website and stuff?
Oh, 100%. And I always wanted to go to the Disney Channel games. Like that was like
Yes.
one of my dreams as a kid.
Yeah, it was like disney.go.com or
That-
something like that.
Yep.
And it was like, ask your parents if you can log on.
Exactly. Ask your parents. Or maybe, now I'm thinking about it, it was probably how to download the AOL group chat thing.
Oh, because you were chatting.
That was chatting.
Obviously, you were chatting.
POS, parent over shoulder.
Uh-oh.
BRB.
POS.
G2G.
I've never heard
Parent over
POS.
shoulder.
I've never heard that.
Yeah.
That is so funny. Honestly, I wish I had known that
Yeah.
because I got grounded once for calling my mom a bitch.
Oh.
And she found out about it because my cousin should have said POS.
POS.
Parent over shoulder. His mom saw it and I got in big trouble. Wow, I think of POS piece of shit.
Piece of shit. Yeah, no.
Parent over shoulder. Wow, that question was worth asking just for that. I forget about.
What was like LYLS, love you like a sister? Yeah, like, or love you like
you
a
had
brother.
a whole different literary
it was,
dictionary than I did.
Yeah, it was
I mean, I still remember when my cousin Audrey first used LOL with me, and I was like, what does LOL mean? And she's the first person who ever told me it means laughing out loud.
That's hilarious.
And I was like,
so your mind was probably blown when it was LMAO.
LMAO. Oh, I still remember all of those things. I remember my sister always used to put ROFL, and I had no idea for a long time it meant rolling on the floor laughing, which is so weird. Nobody does that.
No one ever does that.
So I'm like, okay, these are getting hyperbolic.
But also, like, are we going to be 80 years old saying LOL in text?
Yeah. We are.
When is it canceled?
To each other.
To each other.
Because we'll still be probably talking shit. That's what we do. I'm like, you will never believe. Okay.
We're gonna come up with the new one. TJFO. Teeth just fell out.
Teeth just fell out.
Teeth just fell out. TJFO.
I thought you said T just fell out.
Teeth
but
just fell out.
For now, it's T. In the
TJFO.
future, it'll be teeth.
Yes.
Teeth just fell out.
T just fell out. Yes.
T just fell out for now.
Yes. Heard.
I love that because it can age with us.
It can age with us.
All right, this is definitely one of my favorites. He's wearing a denim blouse with black pants, and on the denim blouse there are a bunch of black bows on. There's a black bow on each button, but then he's also got a light brown, it's not beige, but it's a netted brown tan beret.
With the net over the eyes.
Yeah. And then these chic little sunglasses with circle lenses, just like today. And you've named this piece Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yes.
And that's a great name for this piece. Again, please go to the Instagram at Cameron Show Pod to see these looks. Because you named it Bohemian Rhapsody. What were you going to say?
I was going to say that one's also an iconic one that I think will go into my like Hall of Fame looks because that was one of the first outfits I wore when I got invited to New York Fashion Week.
Oh, and that's a great New York fashion look.
So that one was really fun.
Oh my God, and I'm just noticing the bag.
It's a dog.
The bag is a dog. Go look at this close up. It's amazing. I love this look. So since you named it Bohemian Rhapsody, my question for this look for you is, what music, song, or artist, besides Ariana Grande, because I already know, makes you feel fancy and fierce?
Ooh. Wow, there's so many. Like, that is so hard. I mean, yes, Ariana would probably have been my my top one, just because all her music is very, I think,
Like, that's your girl.
to our horoscope, which is Cancer. So I feel like literally everything that she's gone through, I'm like, yes, that's me too. But I would say, um, I, although like I would say she's not like in my top, but like Whitney Houston, I
Oh,
think
that's such a
naturally
good
like would
answer.
be just because she's just so like she's a jack of all trades, like acting, right, singing. Um,
Yeah,
she's just that
she's
girl,
a producer. She
producer.
did
Like
it all. She did behind the scenes, in front of the
she
scenes,
did it all.
and she is one of the last like legends.
Yeah,
Because I feel like when social media happened, it kind of made it like there will never be another Whitney Houston
never,
again.
never.
Like Beyonce's probably the closest that we'll get ever again,
Mm-hmm.
because now everyone can be so niche. So there's so many less worldwide superstars.
Exactly.
But like Whitney Houston is such a good answer for that, because also, like, when you think of like fancy and fierce, I have a playlist for when I want to feel
I want to dance with
fierce.
somebody.
No, you know what song it is?
What?
I'm Every Woman.
Oh,
I
okay.
love the
Wait,
song I'm Every Woman. It's all in
that
me.
used to be the song that I would put on my my blanket, my bedspread blanket, and like
Yeah.
walk around my house in a dress like as a kid. Ah,
Every Woman. I love that.
that's
And when I want to
hilarious.
feel real cunty, it's not right, but it's okay.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
she has such a range, because
She
if
has,
you can go from I want to dance with somebody, which is like big, rainbow, colorful, glittery, down to like it's not right, but it's okay.
she does it. She does it. And I'm pretty sure she influenced Ariana, obviously. But
Yeah.
yeah. Again, I don't listen to Whitney Houston all the time, but like she is a pivotal
No, that's a
artist.
great
Yeah, yeah.
answer.
Mm-hmm.
Flowers for Whitney Houston.
Flowers for her. R.I.P. girl.
R.I.P. girl.
But remember, crack is whack.
But remember, crack is whack.
Yeah.
She don't do crack.
She don't do crack.
Crack is cheap.
Chuck E. Cheese.
If you haven't seen her interview with Diane Sawyer, please do
I'll
yourself a
crack. I'll do
favor.
crack.
Crack is whack.
Crack is whack.
I don't do
I
crack.
don't do
Crack
crack.
is cheese.
Cheese.
All right, now this is obviously a look that's very near and dear to my heart that you did, the one that I have to talk about next. As viewers of the show today can see, I'm wearing my Wizard of Oz shirt from going to see the Wizard of Oz at the Sphere in Las Vegas. This look is Davanta in all green. This is not the all green look that he was wearing when I met him on Halloween, because he was a toy soldier that day, a couple years ago. But this is an all green look. He's wearing like a plushy, fuzzy green hat, and it's kind of like, I don't know, what kind of green would you say this is? It's kind of, it's not a teal, but it's like
ivory green.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ivory green, maybe emerald,
jade.
Yeah,
Emerald.
why did I not go with emerald?
Emerald. We're doing emerald for the theme.
It's an emerald look, and this is called Wickedly Oz.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all green. There's a vest, there's a shirt, there's a purse, there's a hat, there's sunglasses. It's all green. I love this look so much.
Yep.
And because obviously I have said this so many times, The Wizard of Oz is my favorite story in the world. The Wizard of Oz is honestly like my Bible. Seriously. Like, I've actually had this conversation with my therapist where I'm like, I know a lot, like the way that a lot of people look at the Bible for guidance in life, I look at The Wizard of Oz.
Okay, I'm curious. Like, what about The Wizard of Oz is that?
Since I was a little boy, I've come to realize that I've identified with that story because each of the four main characters are looking for something different. And it's something that they all have had the whole time. So like Dorothy is looking for home. The Scarecrow is looking for knowledge and wisdom. The Tin Man is looking for a heart and the ability to love. And the Lion is looking for courage and bravery. But at the end of the story, you realize they all had those things within them the whole time. But they go on this journey and they defeat evil because, I'm sorry, Wicked is not the real story. The Wizard of Oz is the real story, and the Wicked Witch is wicked. And she has these shoes the whole time, and I'm like a very big person on like sentimental items, and I look at a lot of the things that I keep for years as like my own silver shoes or ruby slippers. And so like for me, I look at that story, and it is like, since I was a little kid, that story has brought me everything that I need. in my life. And when I was a kid, it fueled my
I
imagination.
love that.
So my question for you associated with this look is, what was your imagination like as a kid?
Wow, love that.
Did you play pretend? Did you play dress up? I mean, you just said the thing about Whitney Houston and the blanket.
Yeah, honestly, it was truly, I think, geared towards Disney movies,
Yeah.
right? Where it was very much so like my imagination was like, what is my future gonna look like? You know, like what is my love life gonna look like? At the time, I thought I was straight, so I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna have a wife and kids and all the things,
I'm gonna
and
find my
I'm
Disney
gonna find my
princess.
Disney princess,
Well, you
right?
found her, but she was in
She was
here.
in here.
Who's your favorite Disney princess?
I would definitely say Mulan.
You know what? Not enough people say
Not enough
Mulan. So you
people.
still like watching Mulan?
Yes, because my first crush was Shane. That was my
Wow.
first crush. First
Okay.
crush was Shane. Yeah, isn't that
I've
crazy?
never heard that, but that's a
Let's
great
get
answer.
down to business.
Oh.
But
And it really did something for you.
And it really did.
Okay, great.
Whoever the artist is, I owe my coming out to you.
Wow.
Because the muscles, all of it. Anywho, yeah, my imagination was very like futuristic, right? Like it was always like envisioning what my life would be when I got older, when I became an adult. And maybe that was like a defense mechanism or a coping mechanism of just
Yeah.
like my childhood, because it wasn't what I wanted it to be.
Mhm.
And kind of going back to what we talked about in the first podcast that we did, was just like my upbringing was very much so not what I was being exposed to, like
Mhm.
growing up in a predominantly Caucasian area. Like I saw their lives completely different than what mine was, and I was always wanting what they had, because on the outside they appeared much happier, right? Like they didn't have to grow up and get a job at 14, right? Like they were getting their cars at 16.
They were princesses.
They were princesses, right? Like they were living the Disney dreams that
Yeah.
I wanted. And so yeah, it was crazy, but I would definitely say that it was very futuristic, like planning for me.
I think that's so interesting. And I
Mhm.
think it's also really interesting that, like, what The Wizard of Oz was for me, Disney movies were for you,
Mhm.
because I think the common thing about a lot of Disney movies is that, and a lot of like kid stuff in general, like it is the same with The Wizard of Oz, really. It's about a protagonist who is the underdog,
Mhm.
and they're meant for something so big, but they're still the underdog. Like Snow White, Cinderella, Mulan, The Little Mermaid, they all start out on their own journey all alone, kind of, with their little companions, but
Some may say
searching for
that's
something
me right
bigger.
now. My life is a Disney movie at this point.
What I would give for you to be a Disney princess. I try really hard because we all know the dangers of AI, blah, blah, blah. Not to use the generators. But I'm sorry, I might have to do it to see you as a Disney princess. Unless, you know what? I'll give our friends at home a chance. If there's an illustrator out there, turn Davanta into a Disney princess so I don't have to
Let me take the glasses off.
use a whole swimming pool's worth of water to do it. Support artists.
You okay back there?
Here, producer Nick. Davante's just looking for a reason to talk to
I
producer
know,
Nick.
honestly.
Stop it.
We'll hang out after.
Behave.
We'll hang out after.
All right. That's a great answer. I'm moving on to the next one now,
Okay,
which I
okay.
really love and I'm excited about. This look is absolutely wild. I'm going to tell you the name first. It's Mood Board approved, but mood is moo apostrophe D.
Yeah.
Be like a cow.
Yes.
Colon Prince in the Wild. And it's Prince, Prints, not Prince like princess. And the look is completely cowboy inspired, animal print inspired.
Tons of prints. Tons of prints.
Tons of prints.
Yes.
And I think some cheetah in there maybe.
Yeah, cheetah in the
coat, and it's cow print pants.
Cow print bell bottom pants. Honestly,
Bell-bottom
men, do yourself
pants.
a fashion tip. Go get some bell bottom pants. You won't regret it.
I just had a guest on earlier in the season, and she said, maybe I should get bell bottoms because they'll hide my cankles. I said, you know what? That's great advice.
And them dirty shoes.
And them dirty shoes. That's right. This is a great look. It's very much tan, but there's some hints of teal. I love this look. And I think that, a couple weeks ago, we put out some content asking people to submit their questions. And one of the common questions that people want to know is your impressions on Denver, which I had no idea people were so interested in this. But the question is, Denver can be the Wild West, but it can also be plain in the plains. What are the best and worst parts of your Denver experience?
Ooh. Best parts, I'll start with that. Best parts, I think I have to love Denver because it was my first home away from home. Like, this is truly where I felt a sense of stability for the first time. And it really, I grew up here, right? Like, in my younger adult age or time, where, I had to learn how to make friends outside of, the built-in ones that you get from grade school and then, in college where you're all kind of in this little bubble, right? I had to actively find that. Because at first, right, like in college, I'm like, oh, I'm such a social person, but I never felt like I had to put an effort to make connections. And here I was like, oh, like, how do I find friends? Because I truly came out here 3 days after I graduated, packed up my car, no job, no place to stay, and like figured it all out. But I was like, oh, I don't have a sense of community here yet. So like, what do I do? Right. And so I think the best parts was finding my community. I joined kickball with one of my close friends, Jed, and that was how I was able to establish my gay friend group. And yeah, I love them to death. We played kickball for 7 years together, traveled, did all the things, and then I think also just through connections here in college from people coming to visit me, I was able to establish like my straight friend group. So I have a gay friend group, straight friend group. They do combine.
We're inclusive. Segregated.
We're inclusive here.
Yeah, Denver is very inclusive.
Denver is very inclusive.
Yeah.
And so I think that's probably been my favorite part about Denver is just like truly building that sense of community.
Yeah.
Because I think that is a huge important piece in growth. You get to learn different perspectives, where people come from, and you get exposed to a lot of new things, right? Like I had never gone camping, snowboarding, any of those things, and meeting those people, like it helped me get into those hobbies.
Yeah.
Screw all y'all for taking me hiking on that 14er. I will never go hiking again.
Oh my God, you did a 14er?
I did a 14er. Like, yeah.
Couldn't be me.
It never will be me again. Let me tell you that. Ooh. I'm staying below tree level. No, I'm not going above it anymore. I don't know.
Don't take him above that timber line. He doesn't want to
go. So now moving to worst parts. That's not it.
Yeah.
Worst parts I would say about Denver is the lack of diversity. I think when I first moved here, like I didn't really pay attention to it because it felt very like normal to my typical norm of being surrounded by predominantly Caucasian people.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, oh, this is great, whatever, white people everywhere. But now like now that I'm in my 30s, I've been craving a sense of like even a deeper sense of community. And I think that has primarily been driven by the politics that have just been happening.
Oh, for sure.
Like I love my friends. Like I felt like they've definitely allowed me a space to elevate my voice and like talk about things that are impacting me, but I'm missing that sense of like connection. Like you really get this.
Yeah.
I think you can listen and understand, but I don't know if you really are getting what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because you haven't lived that.
We don't have the same experience.
We don't have the same experience. And so that like really triggers something in me there. I'm like, I really just want to like sense of being able to walk into a room and have a sense of people that look like me. And Denver doesn't have that. And that's been very tough to find. But I did join the ballroom scene. I was in the House of Renaissance. Shout out to them. I no longer do the ballroom scene, but like that was where I was able to find a sense of, like African Americans. And it was fun. It was a good experience. Like I said, I don't do it anymore, but that has given me something that I enjoy as well.
I thought for sure you were going to say the worst part of Denver is the men. You went on a tirade the other day about Denver men, and I didn't disagree with you. I mean, the only way I almost disagreed is by saying I think men are trash everywhere.
I mean, the sad part is, like, it is bad here. Like, Denver truly is a bring your
Yeah.
own boyfriend state or city, whatever you want to call it.
BYOB.
BYOB. But the thing is that, and this may sound very cocky or conceited, but like the reason why it's not the worst thing is because there's still access to them, right?
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
It's not in a sense of like
There's plenty of them.
there's plenty of them, but like I think the dating is not the most enjoyable, which is why I value and
I'm
love
sure
dating
there are
long
gay men
distance.
who are gems in the city.
There are.
We just don't happen to know
We just
any
don't
of
happen to
them.
I'm kidding. I know a couple of y'all.
I know
out
a
there.
couple
I know a
too.
couple, but
I know a couple.
it really, when they talk about there's a lot of fish in the sea, where
Yeah.
where are they?
And half these fish have one fin, or they're swimming
Right.
backwards, or someone poked their eye out. I'm like,
Dory got dementia.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, we had a conversation about that the other day. I really thought that's what you were going to say. But the diversity thing makes sense. And I know that you've done a lot of work, like actively trying to find that community here. And that's one of the only reasons why I've given you a lot of shit about moving away from Denver. And part of your reasoning for that is wanting to find a city with a bigger Black community. And like, that is one thing I truly would support if you wanted to do that. But I'm selfish. And so I'm like, okay, but if you don't, also, that's fine.
Yeah. Maybe I'll stay.
Because I'm selfish. The next one, I mean, obviously, all of these are my favorites, but, like, I really love this one. And I'm going to say what it's called first.
Okay.
It is called Hot Wok Summer.
Oh.
And it's wok, W-O-K, like a cooking wok. And then soy shallite.
Yes.
And the theme is definitely Chinese takeout. And I love this look. It's red and white. The bag is a Chinese takeout carton. The shirt has that design as well. I love this look. I love the title too. And because like I said, I really do consider you a socialite.
Mm-hmm.
I truly do. And I love that about you. I think it's an amazing thing that you have so much energy I will never have. You are like the Energizer Bunny, but if he's marching to Whitney Houston. Research indicates that the hottest things girls and gays find about men are humor and confidence. So besides those two things, you can't use those two things as your answer, humor or confidence. What is the sexiest thing a man can be?
Personality. I think when you can let your true inner child like shine, I feel like you are really tapped in emotionally. You're really tapped in with like being able to be vulnerable. Like you're really tapped into confidence. I know you said don't mention that, but you're really tapped into confidence and just knowing who you are. Right at the end of the day. And like, I just really value a person who knows who they are, where they're not afraid to be that. And I think that naturally comes with like, you are locked in with your inner child. And so I definitely look for, when I'm hanging out with you or when I'm dating you, whatever, like, are you able to be silly? Are you able to kind of be like unscripted, right? Like, I don't want you to tell me everything I want to hear. Like, I want you to like, tell me things that I wouldn't know just by looking at you, or I wouldn't know by me asking questions, right? Like I want to know things that,
they wear their heart on their sleeve.
I get to pick up by your nonverbals, or I get to pick up by you just doing something. So yeah, any guy that I like, which is tapping into my...
Take notes, boys.
Take notes, tapping in. So like, this may be my therapist in me, but in any guy that I'm like serious with, I keep a like a diary of them in my phone.
Oh.
It's like their name and it says...
He has files.
Name and it says diary. I mean, I delete it. Once you stop talking, I delete it. But I'll write things down because I think that'll help me like remember this person and things that they may like or things that maybe they don't like. And so yeah. I pick up on those things, so I like it.
I could see that, and I think it's interesting because I think that confidence and humor do play a lot into that, but I think what you're talking about is more like emotional intelligence and authenticity.
Yes,
because you can be confident and still not be authentic. And you can certainly have a sense of humor and still not be authentic.
Because the sense of humor may be
A deflection.
Yes, exactly. A protection, shield.
Yeah, as can confidence.
Yeah.
Or like a fake sense of confidence. But I think they both go into, if someone is really emotionally, oh, listen, there's sirens. I wonder if our friends at home can hear them. There's an emergency. Davante's too hot today.
Too hot to handle. Wait, what did we say earlier about this outfit that I'm wearing? Like a prayer?
Like a prayer.
I'll take you there.
Yeah, this look, by the way, if you're at home, Davante's wearing all white and gold, which was my assignment for him to celebrate our 50th episode of the Cameron Show. And I love this look. And he has called it
Pope Fiction.
Pope.
Pope.
Yeah, Pope like the Pope. Pope Fiction.
Because I'm looking like a prayer.
Like a prayer, because he'll take you there.
I'll take you there.
And he was listening to Ariana Grande on the way here, and I was listening to Madonna, which honestly tells you so much about both of us. We're both hella gay, but I'm like an old gay man, and he still has energy.
Golden girl.
Golden girl. Yes, I'm a golden girl.
Golden girl.
And you're just golden.
I'm just golden. But I need you to tell me, because I have always tried to crack the code on you of like, what type of men does Cameron like? And ever since this Europe trip, I'm like, I really need to dive deep. I won't tell the viewers about the Europe trip.
Well,
but you know.
Yeah, I did find that a new part of myself in Europe, that I traveled to Europe and I discovered that my tastes are wider than I even knew. I have always had like kind of a type.
Well, you hear they say the taste buds change every 7 years. So.
Well, and you know what? My tastes change regularly. And as I'm getting older, my tastes have changed. Mm-hmm. And the interesting thing also is that I will say what I've always thought of as my taste in men, like if someone would say, Cameron, what's your type? The answer that I've always given has not aligned with the people that I have fallen for. Like, I mean, I don't want to talk about my ex-husband too much because we are currently...
Must not bring him up.
Yeah, but as an example, because that's my most public example of someone that I've fallen for, it's like I would normally say I liked an older, beefier, taller, scruffy... Well, Alex was scruffy, but like I always wanted someone really mature. I wanted a mature, big man.
Is that man in the room with us?
Man's not in the room with us, but yeah, or like a more recent example, which you know about. Also, like he wasn't what I would normally think of as like, but I fell for him, and so it's like it's
fell
interesting.
For him or fell?
Fell flat on my face, really, but you know we'll talk about that in a future episode. But it's interesting because what I've always thought of as my type, it always backfires on me. I don't think I've ever actually fallen for someone taller than me, for instance.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I think like if I were to say, knowing all of this now and considering my recent discoveries, that my type is more broad than ever. I think my type is someone who is very confident, and I think... And I hate to be like, to say that because I know it's one of the most common answers, but the reason for me why, or I should say assertive. I like a person who's assertive because I have to be assertive in so many situations in my life. Like you, like we are so constantly putting ourselves into spaces where we want to be and I'm sure you can agree with this, for someone with our personality, it is refreshing when someone comes in and they're assertive and like they say, this is what I want. And I'm like, oh, I'm so used to having to say what I want so people will move their asses. Mm-hmm. So it's like when a guy comes in and is more just like, this is what we're doing, I'm like, oh, don't do it too much because you'll piss me off. Right. But like, it's attractive to me. So I would say my type is, you know, if you're assertive, you have a chance. Shoot your shot.
It's funny you said that because I'm definitely like not even the opposite synonym of that. Maybe it's intentional, like intentionality.
Yes.
Right. Like you have to truly I want to know that you are giving things thought, that you are truly, you know, like not just like, oh, you pick, right? Like, you know, like, what do you want to eat for dinner tonight? Or where do you want to go for this date? Right. All those, like, don't ask. That's going to piss me off.
Yeah.
Right. Like Step up to the plate.
Step up to the plate, because I guarantee I'm doing it a lot of the time. So, every once in a while, please make a decision. I don't know what you want to do. Oh my God. Shut up. I'm not interested anymore.
Yeah.
That's why I'm single at 35. That's a great answer, though.
Yeah.
Emotional intelligence is also very attractive to me, because I think that another thing that I've had to learn, another lesson I've had to learn the hard way, time and time again, even after I thought I learned it, I had to learn it again, is that if you're dealing with a man who doesn't know what he wants, or I'm trying to think of how to say this in an appropriate way.
Not too much.
A man with bad taste, move on.
Move on.
Move on.
Move on.
Do yourself a favor and move on.
Move on.
But that also has a lot to do with emotional intelligence. So that's a great answer. Oh my God, we're flying. How many looks do I have left? Okay, I have 4 looks left, but we're gonna get him in this episode. I hate everyone. I'm like, this is one of my favorites. But truly, I would say this is one of the edgiest, is how I will describe this one.
Yes.
This
very
is
edgy.
all about, how would you describe this? This genre you're mixing genres here.
Yeah, I would almost think like at least like rough, like BDSM, like leather.
It's giving leather. It's giving trade.
Honestly, it's giving very mask for mask there.
Yeah, if you can't see it, it's a whole lot of black going on with some white. There's a handkerchief moment. What does the black handkerchief mean?
I have no idea.
I need to look at one of those little dictionaries.
I don't actually know. Honestly, that's
and it
funny
matters
you
where
said,
you put it,
matters
too.
And that's funny you said that, because I wore a yellow one.
You have to be careful.
I wore a yellow one out one time, and I was like, I think in Chicago maybe, or Florida, one of the two. And these guys came up to me and was like, "Oh, so
you're into water sports?
Yeah, you want to go to the bathroom?" And I was like, "What do you mean? What do you mean?" He was like, "Well, you're wearing it on your pants." I was like, this is just for fashion.
Yeah, you have to be careful. For those at home who don't know, there is a whole unspoken language with bandanas in.
Make that your next Google search.
It's in the gay world. It's existed for over the last 50 years, or longer probably,
Gays
but at least
creative.
since the 70s. Yeah, gays are creative and
to communicate. Like, that's crazy.
Historically, gays had to find ways to communicate non-verbally, and one of the ways is bandanas. And depending on the color of bandana and where you're displaying the bandana, you could be sending out messages.
I think left is like you like it,
or this is you're giving it. Yeah, and like, so I don't know what you're giving here, but this is a whole lot of black and white going on. I love this. It's giving leather and S&M, but also a little business in the front. There's a tie, there's a collar, like a white button-up collar, but just the collar. The rest of the shirt's been ripped off.
Mm-hmm.
He's showing a lot of skin. He's got a lot of silver jewelry. This is a look. And you have named this look
better
leather late than never. We, like the French, we mean business, because it is also giving French. You're wearing a beret with silver hoops in it.
And the collar with the tie is business.
Oh, it's so good. I can't wait for people to go look at this. My question for you, inspired by this look, is what's a lesson you feel like you keep learning when it comes to sex, friendship, and or romance with men? What's the biggest lesson you keep learning? I said mine. I didn't even mean to do that. I didn't even know that question was coming up.
I think you just try to.
No, I didn't. But
I've been out it once already.
But it's only fair that I ask, because you just asked me.
I would say that if a person is avoidant personality type, they're probably not good for me.
I think that's one. The one I'm thinking of that we've discussed more recently when we had brunch with Logan the other day is geography.
I know, but I love it. I love it.
One thing about Davanta is he loves to go find a man who does not live within a 200-mile radius of Denver.
Okay, you're right. Okay, but like, hopefully the one that I'm in right now is long lasting.
I hope so too, because he's a babe.
Yeah, I find him very attractive, and I enjoy the conversations we have and all the things. So if he's listening to this, Cute. Hi. But
You're
yes,
cute.
long distance relationships they tend to not end the way I would like them to. But I would say my first long distance relationship, I think that naturally just gave me hope, and it
Mm-hmm.
taught me a lot of lessons around how to truly navigate my own traumas and just like my own ways of going about love for me to grow. And so I don't know, I just see long distance relationship not in the sense of like I'm gonna grow, but I feel like it truly allows me to continue to grow as a person and to continue to understand myself and my needs
Yeah.
without being jaded or without being like clouded with, I think, just the toxicities that come with gay dating.
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
long distance, it one off the bat that I love. It puts a lot of like space in between connection. It also, you have to be intentional. Like, I'm sorry, if I don't like you, I'm not gonna go out of my way to like text you and FaceTime you and try to keep conversation because you're so far away.
And
So
go
like,
visit you.
and go visit you, right? Like, so I feel like it teaches, like, like a person's intentional, and I don't know, I think it also teaches good communication. But I think at the end of the day, I keep hitting this mic, sorry if you're getting backlash over there, but whatever you want. Whatever you want. But no, I would say like the biggest thing is that I feel like it teaches how to continue to be an individual
Yeah, it does.
within a relationship. And I feel like throughout my experiences of gay dating, that is oftentimes the number one thing that is lost, because people assume the more we hang out, the deeper we're going to get. And I
Yeah.
think that is just a poor way of coping with this trauma of being alone. You're like, let's just hang out and hook up all the time because that's how we love each other. And that's not the case.
Yeah, because we did have a conversation the other day at that same brunch about how much anxious attachment there is out there.
Yeah.
And it's so much because so many gay men have abandonment issues.
Exactly.
And it's not even necessarily because they were abandoned, but we're, as gay boys,
I mean, just even the idea
we had to be scared of it all the time.
Yeah.
So of course we're more prone to an anxious attachment style. We were always afraid that we were going to come out and lose our entire network.
Exactly. And then the way we dived into being gay was Grindr, right? Where that's like a hookup and then they leave.
And it's all avoidant.
Yeah. So it's crazy.
Food for thought.
Stay off Grindr. And wrap it up, kids.
And you know what?
And go get tested.
Prep for all.
Prep for all.
And we've always said that.
Always said that one.
All right. The next one. This I must be more recent because you have bleached hair in this one. This is all about like a neon yellow. It's giving a lot of Frank Ocean vibes for me here. The outfit is blue. There's plaid with some blue and green. And then the bag is iconic. It is a caution, slippery when wet little prop-up sign, but that's the bag. And it's also neon yellow. So you have named this look
Slippery when dripped.
Colon,
played it safe,
but played is plaid because he's wearing plaid pants. When is a banana peel moment in your life where you feel like you put yourself out there and fell on your face and things didn't turn out the way you wanted?
We just talked about it, honestly. I would definitely say with the last, I mean, there's been so many moments, right? But like that one came to mind, and I think you want me to talk about these.
No, I don't know. This one I had no preconceived, because I thought it might be even from being way younger, like high school or college.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, there's so many. So I'll do two.
Okay.
I'll start with the one that's like less emotional, other things, and then I can do an emotional one too.
Okay.
So I would say the previous guy that I dated who lived in Chicago, everything like when we first met was just so energetic. Like it was like sparks and all the things, and it was the first time since my first long distance relationship that I like felt this sense of like overwhelming attraction, love, energy, safeness, intentionality, all the things, right? Like, and I was like, oh my God, this is my second chance. This is my second chance at love. I got to do it right. I got to do it right.
Yes.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is great. And it started out so intentional. Like, everything was great. And I was traveling to Chicago. And then because I was like just so ready to be in that space again, I chose to shut out all the signs of how it was soon going to be over. Right. Like,
Yeah.
and like, I was overcompensating, I think, right? Like, the A word that caused things to go bad, but like,
I promise you, I was not even
like,
thinking about this situation when I came up with this question, but I see where you're coming from, because
Yeah.
I actually think you did a lot right in that. And the only thing, I mean, the A word you're talking about is autistic, but that's because you asked a very honest question of, have you ever thought maybe you're autistic? And it's like, I don't think that was wrong of you to do. He did.
But I think I used that as a kind of like
As a buffer.
justification
Yeah.
for what was actually God, I keep hitting this mic.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
I was using that words as a justification for the negative experiences that I was having with him.
Yeah, because you were trying to come up with a reason why he was communicating the way he was.
Yes.
And some of it was truly that he just wasn't a good communicator.
Exactly. And I just think like he maybe wasn't in it after a while. I don't really know. But anywho, so
but that's not even a banana peel moment to me, because I don't think you did a lot wrong in that situation.
But I thought a banana peel, and maybe I'm misinterpreting.
It's like a pie in the face moment. Like, oops. Well, and I guess maybe, yeah, that was the banana peel.
But I see. I feel like a banana peel moment is like, it's not something that you cause for yourself.
That's true, actually. That's fair.
Like, it's something that someone put and you slipped on it.
Yeah. Actually,
so
that's true.
How I took it.
Yeah, that's a good interpretation.
But I guess something that I did that put myself out there, I would say, I think like the emotional one is probably with my mom, right? Where I really chose to put myself out there and try to understand her as a person, and just like why our relationship is what it is. And, I went against my own boundaries. And this was just like our last interaction we've had. I went against my own boundaries and was like, no, because my great grandmother passed away. And the last thing she said to me was like, I really want you and your mom to get along. And I was like, okay, like I'm going to try to do all the things that I can to do that. And, like I put myself out there, and I like, again, try to understand her. And it was just a slap in the face, where, she still like was just not able to see what I needed from her. And I kept communicating it. And, like the one thing, I've been in Denver for 9 years now. She has not come out here once. And I was like, I just need you to come and visit me once.
Yeah.
Told her that.
That's not unfair.
Hasn't done it. And then I went home this previous December for the holidays. So I was like, you know what? I need to go in person. Let's talk about this. Let's do whatever. And when I got there, she booked a trip to Vegas, so she left.
I didn't know about this.
She didn't I didn't get there and she booked the trip, right? She knew I was coming back, but she booked this trip in the matter of when we talked about this in November to when I got there in December. Somehow she booked a trip to Vegas, went to Vegas for like the first 4 days that I was home. And then when she came back, it was like she wanted to like see me and hang out, but at that point I was already like annoyed. So like then I started going and hanging out with my friends, and then the guy from Chicago was coming because he wanted to like see my friends or whatever, and so that came into the equation. So I'm like processing those feelings of him coming to meet my hometown friends, closest friends. But anywho, and then like the back half of my trip, she would like go and just do plans with other people. And then my last day, she goes, want to do dinner? And I'm like, no. You had all this time to do. No, like I'm done trying to force this relationship. I'm done trying to tell you what I need. I'm done. And so I think that was probably like my biggest banana peel, because I really had to come to terms with like, I'm not going to have the mom that I've always wanted. And that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I keep allowing her into my life, I'm just gonna keep feeling the
Yeah.
sadness that I felt in that moment.
To allow her in is to allow disappointment in.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
feel that. I feel
So
that. Wow. Well, good thing that wasn't our last question. We have some opportunity
oh,
to pick things up because this is probably, I'm going to say what it's called first on this one. It's called Big Comfy Hat, My Country Tis of Fits.
yeah.
And this look is your zaniest look yet. I mean, frankly, it's giving
Every
Barnyard Al from Toy Story 2 and Pharrell at the same time. This hat is so big. He's wearing this. Is it foam?
It's a foam hat. Yeah, I
It's a
found it.
big red foam cowboy hat with a blue star on it. Then he's got a red tie with some gold jewelry on it. He's wearing a red and white pinstripe shirt with a blue vest, and then blue jeans, cowboy boots, and a cherries purse, a purse that looks like cherries.
Mhm.
This is a very red, white, and blue look.
I was going to Texas.
You were going to
I was going to
Texas?
Texas.
You certainly were dressed for Texas. And I love, it's interesting because I have, and I think a lot of people do, gay and otherwise, there's a lot of mixed feelings about America right
Mm.
now. And we've talked about it at length this season because even for our 4th of July episode, I had America Jackson, misdemeanor, the drag queen here, and we
Ah.
had a whole conversation about it. But because considering the current state of our country, I think that I would like you to talk to your camera, which is the one on the left, and I would like you to give advice to our listeners on overcoming fear of judgment in our current environment. What is your
Hmm.
advice?
I would say my advice is in terms of judgment, right? Like anyone who's willing to be judgmental is judgmental because they're deflecting whatever they have going on. And so knowing that, why not just be yourself? Because at the end of the day, like we are all on the same playing field. Like we all have trauma, we all have baggage, we all have, things going on in our lives that we are trying to get through. But the thing is, no one's gonna show you that part of them. And so you have to go out and just be yourself.
That's so true.
Yeah.
I do think like it's such a funny thing to get older and watch self-conscious teenagers or even myself as a teenager. I was actually looking through old videos of myself, and when I was 18, you remember the Westboro Baptist Church, the God Hates Fags Church?
No.
Wait, you don't know about the God Hates
No.
Fags Church?
What?
There's a church called the Westboro Baptist Church, and they protest at funerals and stuff, and they're like insane hillbillies from Kansas, Topeka, Kansas.
Whoa.
And they call themselves the God Hates Fags Church, and they have these big neon signs that say God hates fags. And most famously, they protested at Matthew Shepard's funeral, saying that he
Wow.
deserved what he got because he was gay, and they also hate Jewish people, they also hate Catholics, they also hate, I mean, they hate so many different groups of people, it's crazy. But when they came here in 2010, I was 18, and I organized kind of by accident a counter protest against them. I made a Facebook group, and I only meant it for my friends, but it was to coordinate all of us to go hold our own happy signs. But I didn't realize I made the group public. So when I woke up the next morning, this group I had, counter protest the WBC, it had 500 people in it. And then by the time the protest happened, the group had expanded to like 3,000
Oh my
people.
gosh.
And I didn't know what the hell to do because it was my first year of college. I was like, oh my God. And the police were contacting me saying, well, you're corralling these thousands of people, so you're responsible for it. And I had to meet with the police. I had to meet with the schools because we went to like Stanley Lake High School. They were at synagogues. They were at like a
Wow.
Jewish preschool protesting, and I was leading. And so I had to make these videos to post on Facebook of being like, hey, everyone, I met with the police today. And like, these people make their money on litigation, so don't engage with these people physically. And I still have those videos on my computer. And I was looking at them the other day, and I cannot believe how timid I was because I was so afraid of being judged when I was a
Mm,
teenager.
mm.
And the way that I talk is so completely different now because I live with a lot less fear of that judgment
You got a talk
like you
show.
do. I have a fucking talk show. I
Yeah.
never, if you told me this at 18, I would have said there's no way because I used to hate being recorded. I still, to be honest, don't love the sound of my own voice, but I think that's a common thing. I'm not scared though.
I also say this, like, I know they say there's no I in team, but there's only one I in you. Well, not you. Not no I in you, but individual.
Yeah.
There's I in individual, and at the end of the day, like, we all gonna die at the end. So
And see,
like,
and
we
that
all gonna
does,
die at the end.
I've
So
said it before, that gives me a
what?
lot of comfort. We're all getting microwaved alive.
Right, like,
So, like, live your life.
live your life.
But that's
But
such
don't
good
bring me
advice.
back. Don't bring me back to this.
And don't bring me back
I don't want
either.
to come back.
But I think, like, what you said is so true of, like, if people are judging you, it's because they're not being authentic about their own shit.
Exactly.
They have it, but they're hiding behind it. And anyone who's truly comfortable with themselves doesn't want to see someone else's downfall.
Exactly.
That's great advice. Thank you for that. Are you ready for our final question?
Yes.
Well, I have to say, this is a look I just saw you wearing the other night because we had a run-in at X Bar and we won't even talk about it. I had to text you the next day and see if you remembered it, but that's all I will say. And you didn't, and that's all I will say. But I love this look. In this look, this is our 10th look. You are wearing an afro for one thing, which I rarely see you wear wigs. I see you wear a lot of hats.
Yeah.
You have now bleached your hair, which is a whole look of its own, but I very rarely see you in a wig. And when I ran into you at X Bar the other night, I was like, oh my God, that is Davanta in a wig.
The wig.
And that was the least of the surprises you had in store. That's all I'm going to say. But look, you have these, you have the same chain and nose piece that you're wearing now. You have, I thought it was a skirt, but those are like ruffled shorts, it looks like, actually.
I can't remember the exact name of bleachers or something of the sort.
Okay.
They wore them in like the Roman times.
Yeah.
Like the medieval, whatever those times are, but that was the inspiration for them.
Britches?
Maybe.
Maybe that. I don't know.
Pull up your britches.
They look like ruffled shorts. They're green. And then this iconic taxi cab purse, which I have to tell you because you probably don't remember. Michael was with me at X Bar and he was like, oh my God, look at that bag. What a unique bag. And do you remember what you told him?
No. God.
You said, it's Louis Vuitton. It's Louis Vuitton. He literally believed you so much that he went and looked it up. Girl, it's Amazon.
It's Amazon.
But it's iconic nonetheless. And something that I really love about your fashion is that I really believe when I look at the culmination of what you put together, you really pay equal homage to the past, the present, and the future. When I look at your fashion, I can see a million examples of you giving a nod to the 70s or the 60s or even sometimes Roman times or the 1800s.
BC.
You love to give references to history, but you're also always serving futuristic, and it somehow always looks current. That's an amazing thing.
Thank you.
And so
thank you.
My last question for you based on that analysis, and I think this is a good example of it.
Oh, you didn't tell him the name.
Oh, by the way, the name is Taxi in the City, Aphrodisiac Avenue. Love.
But the Taxi in the City was a playoff of Sex in the City, which is your favorite show.
I know. And that's probably has to do with why I love this look. And just like that, we're at our last question. The last question based on this look is, who were your role models growing up? And what do you hope those who look up to you will take away?
Wow, that's a fun one. Role models, I think, were one, Michael Jackson. I think that he inspired me to dance. I would say in high school, his name was Mr. Knuckles. I think he was a person that really got me in touch with, I think, being confident in who I am as a Black queer person.
Was he a teacher at your
He was
school?
a teacher. He was a social studies teacher, and he pushed me to like start this like step team. Um, and that just like gave me the confidence, like, oh, I can be a leader, right? But then
Yeah.
he also like was the person that really praised my, I think, gayness, right? He was like, it's okay, like you are a star, you are everything, and
Was he
that
queer?
I don't think, no, he wasn't. He was married.
Oh my
He wasn't.
God.
But
Honestly, I
but he
love that
he, he
even
was a
more in a whole
black he,
different
he was a
way.
black teacher, and
Yeah.
I think it was different and it was impactful because he was like the first black male that had a positive impact on me, and it wasn't like a toxic relationship based off my sexuality, right?
Yeah.
And so he was definitely a person, and just to see how successful he was as a black person, it gave me that confidence to like look into college and like go to college and all those different things. So he was definitely a pioneer.
Teachers.
Yeah,
Teachers.
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 um I would probably say like, yeah, that those two for sure.
I love that.
And then what I hope people, what was the question?
What do you hope that those who look up to you will take away?
Yeah, I hope people who look up to me will take away that being over the top, bold, energetic, um and unique does not make you weird, or um it doesn't devalue you as a human because you're not fitting a social norm.
Yeah.
It makes you stand out, and it actually makes you more inviting,
Mm-hmm.
because I think people naturally are drawn to that and they want to get to know that. And I think that holds privilege. And so I hope people can really look up to me and see that, it's okay to be different. It's okay to be loud and out there, and that doesn't make you too much.
It doesn't make you too much.
Yeah,
It makes you just right.
just right.
Oh my God. Well, that's it. We went over 10 looks and I asked 10 questions and it wasn't so bad,
And it wasn't so
right?
bad. I made it through.
A
I'm
few
only sweating a little
targeted,
bit.
yeah. A few targeted ones, but
Few
that's
targeted
it.
ones.
Is there anything you want to leave with our friends on the end of our 50th episode of The Cameron Show?
I mean, I want to lead with you talking to the people in terms of like, what is your advice for people who have big dreams and goals, but are too afraid to step outside of their own security blanket,
Sure.
to reach this success that you have, right? Like, I remember this was just a thought,
It
and now
was
you're
just a
at
thought.
50 episodes.
And now I'm at 50
Please,
episodes in
please
our
do
third season.
feed the children.
I think that's a great question. I think that what I would want people to know is that success looks different for different people. I think that it would be very easy for someone to not think of me as successful. And sometimes I'm one of them. Like sometimes, yeah, I've written 2 books, which I crossed off my goal list. Yes, I have a podcast that now we've gotten to 50 episodes. So it wasn't just like I was a little afraid it was going to be a whim that I would do like 2 episodes and be like, I'm over it. But like, no, it's been something I've committed to. I have traveled, I've built a career, I have a home that I love, I have a group of friends that is my family. And like to me, yeah, that is successful. But I think to a lot of people, they'd be like, okay, 3 people watch his podcast. It could be so easy for people to talk shit. But to our conversation earlier, that just means they're not happy with their lives. And like,
Exactly.
I'm extremely happy with my life. And I was thinking about this the other day when I realized this was going to be our 50th episode. I was kind of just thinking, like, wow, if I was taken off the planet tomorrow, I feel like something that's always been important to me is leaving behind. Like, I don't ever want to die and people wonder how I felt about things because it's really not a good feeling. And I learned that young when my cousin died of like, I wonder what he would have thought about this. I wonder what he would have said about this. And like something that's important to me is that people don't wonder. And I don't know why, but I just want people to know. And so I think that's why I did write a memoir before I was 30 and why I do have a whole show dedicated to having conversations, because I also want to know all these things about my friends. Like, I know so much. Like, if tomorrow we both evaporated off the planet, thanks to these episodes that you've done, like, people will know more about you. Like, I love that. And I love that I had something to do with that.
Yeah.
And I love that here we are 50 episodes in, and I have no shortage, even looking ahead, of people that I want to have on this show, because I'm so lucky to know so many people that I find fascinating.
He's a socialite.
I am not a
He's a
socialite at the length that you are, but I'm very fortunate to know a lot of people who are so interesting and who for some reason want to sit down and have a conversation with me for an hour. So I just feel like
because you're home.
Because I'm home.
You're
I
home.
am the home for
Wait.
Dorothy. Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
He's holding my finger. I think like my advice is very similar to yours about confidence. It's do what you want to do. We had a guest earlier in the season named Kelly Cranis, and she survived pancreatic cancer, which only 3% of people do. Yeah. And I asked her what that journey taught her about her perception of time. And she said something that is probably pretty predictable, but like if anyone's allowed to say it, it's her, which is you never know how much time you have, and there's no reason to put things off. It could all go away tomorrow, and you should never take your health for granted, and you should never take your abilities for granted. And I feel like if I could give any advice, that's what it would be. Don't take your time for granted. If there's something you want to say to somebody, say it to their face.
Don't do that. Don't
say
do
it
that.
to their face. Go out and be messy today.
Go out and be messy today.
That's my advice. I mean,
go out and be messy today.
Go out and be messy today. Be audacious, though, for real.
Yes.
And what that means to different people is different things. Be audacious. Have audacity. I wish for you audacity.
All right.
The audacity of hope, as a former president used to say. Not Davante, though, because he needs to behave.
Yeah.
All right. This was so fun. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for helping me celebrate 50 episodes.
For having me.
You're stunning. I can't wait to post all these photos and have people just gagged over your fashion. Where can people find you? Because now, of course, everyone who's not following you wants to follow you. Where can they find you?
Instagram is the Davanta Greer, TheDavantagreer. You can find me on Instagram as well as TikTok. I do more of my dancing things on TikTok, but my username is IG the Davanta Greer. So it's kind of just like a link to link both of my accounts so people can follow both. But yeah, follow me there. I would say Instagram shows more of the behind the scenes of my life. Whereas TikTok is solely just like me dancing in my garage with my fun outfits on. And so, yeah, I look forward to getting new followers and meeting new people. Tell me what you think about our episode. And let's go from there. Let's run it.
Oh my God. And of course, I'm sure one day you'll be back again.
Oh, I will be
for
back.
Our 100th episode.
I'll be back.
All right, friends. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. As always, live your best life. Don't be a dick. I love you. Goodbye.
And go be messy.
And go be messy.